Good day, campers. For today's project, I'm going to upgrade my very basic solar panel installation. The original installation, I used a couple of fuses and fuse holders. I have since found on Amazon some circuit breakers that are 30 amp that actually were about the same cost as the fuse holders. So I should have used those circuit breakers in the beginning. But for today's project, I'm going to be replacing these fuse holders with a circuit breaker for the battery side and a circuit breaker for the solar panel side. There's a number of good reasons for this. If you blow a fuse, then you have to find a new fuse. If you trip a circuit breaker, you can just reset the circuit breaker. Also, these circuit breakers will act as an off-on switch. So if you're working on your system, you can actually just, by pressing a button, disconnect your solar panels from the system, and if need be, disconnect your controller from the batteries. An important thing to remember here is that the controller gets its operating power from your batteries, as well as the controller is charging your batteries. So anytime you're going to do any work like this, you always want to disconnect the solar panel first, then disconnect the controller from your batteries. So that's going to be my first step, is I'm going to remove the fuses and the fuse holders, and then I will install the circuit breakers. With the fuses removed, now it's time to install the circuit breakers. I have pre-installed the wire between the circuit breaker and the control panel for both circuit breakers. So I will install those, I will leave them loose, and then I will connect the wire from the battery to the circuit breaker and from the solar panel to a circuit breaker. Something to remember here, these PV wires, solar panel wires, have extra thick insulation. They're 12 gauge inner core, so everything you're doing is based on 12 gauge, but the outer insulation is much larger. With everything wired up, last two things to do is to apply power and then mount the circuit breakers. To apply power, you just turn this little switch. I'm going to wait for my controller to boot up so that I know that it's operating. Then I will connect the solar panels. Everything is now connected and working correctly. All I have to do is install a couple of mounting screws per circuit breaker, and we're back in business. As always, thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.